Hey everybody, welcome back to the Rebel Chunks channel. As a kickoff to the custom lightsaber installations that I'm gonna do, I just show off what is actually in a YD saber. These sabers can be found on multiple vendors' websites, including Saberforge, Pax Store, Wonderforce, YD sabers and whatnot. So this is their hilt. This is one of the initiate hilts, basically very affordable, a very nice hilt actually. It's a one-piece hilt itself. Of course the pommel itself is separate. It takes 7-8 inches blades. That's the smaller, thinner blades for the ones that looking at this video for the first time. So I'm actually going to take this hilt with me to Holland, and I'm going to install a setup, a custom setup for this particular hilt, and we're going to beef it up and make it cooler. We're going to weather it, put a leather grip on it, and really show that these little cheap lightsabers can be a real value, even if you just purchase it for the hilt and the blade itself. So these are the electronics that come in this YD sabers. It's a fairly simple, straightforward setup. We have a very simple speaker. They're not very loud. 8 ohm, 1 watt, and that's the reason why it sounds a bit crap. I don't think we can change out the speaker to a better speaker on this particular soundboard. I don't think it actually be able to power higher end and more powerful speakers. We have an in-hilt recharge port, and then we have these two brass screws that are used with these external screws that are going into here, and they actually screw in from the top to the bottom of the hilt. So these holes here on the hilt correspond the holes on the board, as you can see, and that holds the board securely in place. So that's on its own not actually a very bad system, because it's basically diminished the requirement of needing a 3D printed chassis or whatnot, but of course externally it doesn't look very nice with those grub screws sticking out on the hilt. And then we have the board itself, very simple. This is the switch to turn the lightsaber on and off. This is the switch button, fairly simple. It actually hold in place by just some pressure. Oh, and there it goes. Sure, I still have it. So let's see if I can connect it up. So this is for anybody that bought one of these lightsabers and they have an issue with it, and they want to either try to fix it themselves or see if it's worth to get it fixed by an authorized repairs person. Either way, it clicks on there, it goes in here, and that holds the button in place. Then we have the heatsink, which is really old school, not something that we see anymore these days on modern custom lightsabers, but this is something comparable as in your PC for your CPU. It cools down the heat from the LED because it generates heat, and it being exerted to this heatsink and then dispersed, so the heat dispersed faster. And this is the actual LED with the lens. This is the lens that basically spreads the light from this LED lens, from this LED LED wide into the blade. So it's like a magnifying glass to spread the light coming out of the LED into your lightsaber blade. Very simple. There's no flashing glass, etc. There's a wet and black wire. Then the battery itself is on the bottom. It's a LiPo battery. It says also YDSabers.com. It's 700 mAh. 3.7 volts. The only problem is it's fixed to the board, so it's permanently fixed to the board, so you can't just simply replace the battery. And it's a very specific type of battery as well that only can be sourced by YD sabers or maybe a third-party Chinese manufacturer where it is originally come from, because it has to fit in this very tiny tin hilt. That's the reason why they use this cheap solution. So that gives a bit of an idea of what you can expect when you buy one of these cheaper YD lightsabers. They're definitely not bad, good for the kids to play with. Yeah, they're a bit on the lackluster side, on the electronic side for the custom installers or custom lightsaber collectors, but the hilt itself is actually fairly nice. There's a lot of potential in there for powder coating, weathering, putting a leather piece on there to cover the switch holes, yeah, there's some customization options in this hilt. I see potential in this hilt. It's a one-piece hilt as well, which I do like a lot. It's good and sturdy. It feels nice, good for kids and adults alike. And yeah, these electronics, although they're doing their job, it gives you a bit of an insight what is inside these cheaper lightsabers. It's definitely an upgrade from the Hasbro Black Series lightsabers in my opinion, but not by much. So nonetheless, I do recommend these lightsabers from either from the Puck store, YDD sabers, or the Saberforge Youngling sabers because they just good bang for buck. So let me know what you think about this video. This saber goes with me. This stays here because I can't transport the battery to my home country in the airplane. So this board goes in the trash and gives me an opportunity to work on this hilt as a project. To install more lightsabers to get more familiar, more experience with installing lightsabers of different sizes, 1 inch, 7, 8 inch, etc., which is good for me. So thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.